A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. Okay, I think it is time to start another yoga challenge. So earlier this year, I did a yoga challenge for 100 days and it was incredible. And it really got me through an intense time in our life. Because we were gearing up to begin a big sailing adventure. That didn't end up going as planned. We thought we were going to be living on a sailboat for a really long time. And moving onto the sailboat ended up really messing up my yoga streak. But the experience I had with those 100 days was really profound, and I feel like it made me so connected to my body. But now, fast forward probably 5 months or so since I did the last 100 days, I am in need of recommitting to my health and really to just some gentle form of movement because I'm pregnant. Yeah, I'm almost tomorrow. I'm 11 weeks pregnant, so it's still the first trimester. I think I have literally 1 week left, and then I'll be into that second trimester, and I'm hoping second trimester is gonna go better for me. First trimester hasn't been horrible. I mean, I think some people really get hit hard with the nausea and fatigue and all that stuff. Mine was a mild case of it, but I still was taking naps all the time. I had the weirdest food aversions. I couldn't eat salad. I couldn't stomach much other than I was just eating so much vegan mac and cheese, which it was delicious, but I definitely am excited now that I'm starting to feel more like myself. I have a bit more energy, that it is time to commit to doing something just gentle with my body. Obviously nothing crazy, I'm growing a human, so that is my number one priority. This little baby is gonna come into our life in May, probably, who knows though. But yeah, let's roll out the yoga mat and start off 100 days of yoga. I think this is gonna be a really special one. Okay. We have made it through 1 week of this yoga challenge. I think yesterday technically was the 1 week mark and the 12-week mark in the pregnancy. So I am feeling so much better, and the yoga's been helping a lot. There are a couple of days where I only got 3 minutes or 5 minutes on my mat, but there are also days that I got 40 minutes on my mat. Today hopefully will be one of those days. And oh, are you doing yoga too? I've got a yoga buddy, so that's exciting. It just feels so nice to be consistently moving my body again, and to not feel so nauseous. It's such a treat. So let's get the mat rolled out, and ooh, our puppy, Lou might need to take her out for a walk. But I'm really feeling so much better and so much more like myself. Yoga time. I know. One day you'll be able to chill and do yoga at the same time. Oh my god. Hey, sit. Sit. I found your treat, yeah. Hey, sit. Go over there.
Hey, come on here. Come on in.
Yeah. I don't even know what day of the yoga challenge it is, but I do know that the yoga challenge is already helping so much. I feel calmer. I also feel more connected to this little baby. We just found out it's a boy, so it's pretty exciting. Okay, it's also 6 o'clock in the morning, so. Okay, let's do this. I'm not sure what day of yoga this is. Maybe like 3 weeks into it. And what time is it, Lou?
It is 6:30.
6:30. I thought it was so late. Just had dinner. The bump is growing. And realized I have not done yoga today. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to do it. And Lou was like, what about your 100 days? And I was like, well, the dog is going to jump on my face. And he was like, she's chilling on her bed. So now I have no excuse. I'm going to do a little bit of yoga. After dinner yoga, like what even is that? Maybe I'll just do a little stretching. Hi, Freya. I did it. 10 minutes of yoga. And I actually feel way better. So I think I'm going to start doing not just yoga classes, but also just sometimes just stretching because it's not as big of a commitment and it's very relaxing. And who knows, maybe I'll even start like podcasting and stretching. I don't know if
Where
that's...
did you get that idea from about just chilling and stretching?
That was Lou's idea, but in my head I'm like, because Lou does that a lot. I call it Lou yoga. But then I'm like, if it's not like a flow, is it really yoga? I think it is. Is it?
It's more real yoga than flow.
You think it's more?
Yeah, flow is the new modern Western version of yoga.
Yeah, but like podcasting and stretching is not yoga. Either way, I actually feel nicer. My body was like a little tight. Freya and I walked a lot today. Most mornings I can do it, but this morning we headed out early, and then as the day goes on, I lose my motivation to do anything. So thanks, Lou, for telling me to keep going.
Oh, you're welcome.
I need the extra help sometimes. Today is a big day because today is the first day of my second trimester, and the other day I got myself yoga blocks so that I can be supported in this yoga practice, because I was looking at some of the second trimester classes and they have like more yoga blocks. I got a yoga strap too. Really kitted myself out. Oh my gosh, it's really, as you can tell, it's dark out, but the puppy wakes up early. She's preparing us, you know. I haven't downloaded good second trimester classes yet, but luckily we have internet now. We didn't have internet for a few months here. We have internet now, and I'm gonna enjoy like a good like 25, 30-minute class while the puppy is outside with Lou having their morning. So sometimes this happens after I did yoga. I actually feel really good. So I just like went on YouTube and put in like second trimester workout. Now I'm going to do like a little, it says cardio workout. It's 15 minutes. It's no weights. It's no equipment. It should be super good, but I think it's nice to like actually move my body when I have the energy, because I don't always have the energy. So let's do it. I know this isn't yoga, but it's yoga inspired. Like yoga, moving my body when I was tired in the morning, gave me energy, and now I feel like I can do a proper workout, which I do maybe once or twice a week. Okay, so it is day 29 of the yoga challenge. I just had to check and look up how many days it's been, because this time I've not made a little chart, which I think I probably should do today. Maybe I'll make one, but I wanted to show you. Lou was so nice, and he ordered me new yoga leggings. Look at this. They are maternity edition, so they got a lot of stretch here as the belly's growing. But it's day 29, and I thought I would do a nice long class because I'm feeling a little bit stiff in my neck, and it's always really nice to actually get moving on the mat. So I have a little bit of a confession to make. I've taken 2 whole weeks off of the yoga challenge. At first, it was like totally by accident. My family was here for the holidays for Thanksgiving. And then I came down with the worst cold ever. I think it's been so long since I've been sick that I forgot how bad it is to be sick. I was like literally in bed for 5 days. I couldn't do anything. And then now I'm like just have a little bit of a cough left, but my voice is back to normal. The migraine's gone. Congestion is almost gone. And I really need to move my body. I think that honestly, I couldn't even leave the house. I literally didn't go on a walk. I didn't leave bed for so long. So that I think it caused the migraine because there's so much, I'm so used to stretching now for so many days. I'd had a 30-day streak, I think, that I ended up losing. So I wasn't sure, do I restart this whole 100 days? And give up the 30 days? Or do I just be it is kind of human to sometimes get pushed off track and you can still come back on to whatever you're trying to do and keep going forward. And I think that that's for me, I feel like that's just a gentler way to do it. And that's just how I'm feeling lately. It's just why need to make things so harsh? But also it's if you always have to restart to feel like you earned it or something, it's that's defeats the point of this. I'm not doing 100 days of yoga to prove anything to anyone. I don't even care about the length of it or the days in a row. It's more I'm trying to create something that inspires me to stretch my body and to feel good in my body, especially now as my body is changing so much. Oh, we pregnant. And it's as my body is changing, I know how important it is for me to be stretching. And now that I have the energy to actually roll out the mat and get a little yoga session in, I think it's time. And then I'm just gonna keep moving forward from there, because what is the point of starting from the beginning again? No, that is silly. I'm not doing that. We're gonna keep the progress we made and just keep moving forward. So get the mat, let's get going. It's gonna be a good one.
Goes back in time to before we knew anything, holding us together. It's holding us together. I'm tied to you forever, holding us together. My home is not a house, it's the place where you are found.
Okay, it is day 60 of the yoga challenge, and it is evening. But I actually feel really excited to practice yoga tonight. Most nights, if I wait this long, I'm not as stoked on practicing yoga. But tonight it's different because it's day 60, and that means I've actually done 30 days in a row again in this 100-day challenge. I had the little mix-up in halfway through with that first 30 days. I then got sick and had a whole hoopla, but now it is day 60, and I'm gonna get my yoga mat out again. It just feels really, really nice to be back in the swing of things, back in a routine of daily practice. And I just love our little Christmas lights. It's already January, but I still like having them up.
Saw you paint a picture of a face faced I wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love, but it's so hard to move on. You haven't changed, you stayed the same. But if you did, I'd still love you anyway.
I think that does it for day 93 of yoga.
I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same.
For a long time, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it, but it's day 100. Day 100 of this yoga challenge, and that means I've actually made it to day 100 twice, which is just insane, and it feels really good. The bump is really big. So the yoga practice is like slowing down a bit, but like I'm still doing all my stretches. Yeah, I feel like my yoga practice has evolved so much during this experience, because honestly, there are so many points during the challenge that I was like, is this gonna work? Like, am I actually gonna be able to make it this far? And it took me way more than 100 days to get here, because I had a few stops and starts. But the kiddo and I have done a lot of yoga together. I think keeping flexible, opening up my shoulders, really allowing my body to adjust through all of the changes. It's been the best thing ever, and I've been learning to like slow down, do a lot of like slower movements, breathing, kind of just like rolling around on my mat, finding what feels good and like stretching my body out. And I think it shows how versatile yoga is as a practice and what it can be for the body and really for the mind, because that I think is why I stick with it, is because yes, physically it makes me feel better, but mentally it calms me down so much. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. One of my favorite parts about our website is the fact that Squarespace makes it so easy to build and publish blog posts. In this post, I shared the biggest lessons I learned during the yoga challenge, as well as my favorite yoga classes in case you want to start practicing too. If you'd like to start your own website or online store, head to squarespace.com/wildweroam for a free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.